I jokingly say that men's personal development without service is like masturbation, because you're only fucking with yourself. But I kind of mean it, because service is such an element, because it puts the proof in the pudding. It gives the evidence. So I can sit there working on me for as long as I like. But until that is starting to go out into the world, I'm going to get no feedback from that. I might get feedback. I might start working better at work or doing whatever. But even that is service in a way. As soon as I connect with service to others, to serve to something bigger than me, I become less important in a healthy way. Meaning I become important in that I'm a valuable resource that needs to feel well, eat well, be healthy, exist in the world in a healthy, happy way. But my focus isn't always on me. And I think that's where a lot of us drive ourselves mad. We're just thinking about ourselves over and over. What's working for me? How isn't working? Where should I be? What should I be doing? How should I be feeling? What should I look like? Whereas as soon as we start serving others, suddenly we get our validation from elsewhere. Suddenly we build self-esteem. Suddenly we get a sense of contribution. Suddenly we get connection. We're often have to work with other people. I mean, we see it over and over again where someone will hit a tragedy. And I'm not saying that they would become grateful for the tragedy, but people who often hit a tragedy will come up with something like, they'll say, never again, that's never going to happen to another person. Or I'm going to just dedicate my life to making sure that never happens to another person again. And they connect to service. And their lives become richer for it. So we have to serve in personal development. Otherwise, it is just sitting there staring at my own navel, working myself out like the most attractive puzzle that there is in the world, right? If you want to make yourself feel better, find a big problem to try and solve and dedicate yourself to trying to solve it, because it's meaning that we want, not happiness, because we can't have happiness all the time. It's like saying that the sun should always shine. Nothing will grow. We need to have a sense of meaning. We all crawl through coals for meaning, right? And service is the best way to bring meaning. People often will say about their children, like, I'd die for my children, right? Fantastic. The challenge is, would you live for your children? That's the challenge. Will you serve them? Will you give them what they need? Will you make sure that they have what you didn't have? Will they make sure they were loved in a way that you weren't loved? Will you make sure they learned the lessons that you weren't taught, that you've had to learn hard? Will you exist in service to your children? Is a better statement than I'll die for them. They don't want that. No one's ever benefited from a parent dying, right? It's living for people. And that's the same with personal development. The personal part is often the problem. We develop together, and we develop through service. And that connects us to our highest version of ourselves. Our highest version of ourselves understands sacrifice and service to something bigger than ourselves. That's the noble pursuit.